this is the first meal of the day, and so I guess you'd call it breakfast. But essentially, you could eat this at any time of the day, just not pre or post workout. It's not a pre or post workout meal. So obviously we got our eggs. It's fucking breakfast time. So we got a cup of egg whites, 8 liquid ounces. Right? Now, like, you could eat these and be a pussy, or you could just fucking drink them. Because it's gains. I mean, it's a cooking episode, so maybe you could cook them, but I'm not a pussy, you see, so. Nah, I was just kind of kidding about the whole not eating the egg thing. You can eat them if you want. It's completely normal. It's just kind of for, like, dramatic effect of the video. But along with the liquid egg whites, 8 ounces, we got 2 whole eggs. The cholesterol in eggs is good for you and anabolic, so that's why we like to eat those eggs, and it's a good source of saturated fats. Voila. So my usual sort of carbs for breakfast is oatmeal. Right now I'm using a 1/4 cup, sometimes I eat a 1/2 cup, sometimes I eat a whole cup. It all depends on what my macro count is at this point in time, but oatmeal is a nice carb, it's a complex carb, so it does things for you necessarily, unlike bread where they're just really empty carbohydrates. They do nothing for you, they go nowhere, no gains involved. Quarter cup of oats calls for a 1/2 cup of milk and or water. Alright guys, so pro tip, plain oatmeal doesn't taste too good. I usually put in sugar-free syrup, 0 grams of sugar and only 15 calories. I usually just do a little drizzle. And then these are also very clutch. They it is 6 calories per serving, and a serving size is a 1/2 teaspoon. And I just add a little bit of that. So, I obviously like to accompany any type of vegetables or greens with my meals. I don't particularly like to eat spinach, but spinach is a great vegetable for you. So, we're going to do 50 grams of spinach. Usually just toss it into a shake. So the way I measure things like spinach or like things that are necessarily hard to weigh is I just put the cup onto the scale and then tare it. I mix it with frozen blueberries so it's not like warm and fucking nasty. Oh fuck. That was a failure on all ends. Top her off with a little almond milk. Unsweetened. because sugar is fucking terrible for you. Then we blend her up. As usual, ladies and gentlemen, this is games. There ain't no game. So, cheers. Let's see you do that. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you all how I prep my chicken. You can do this any time of the day. I usually do it in the mornings, and I don't like to be sitting there looking at my chicken. Well, it just, cooking a lot of chicken takes a lot of time, really, is what I'm getting at. So I bake my chicken. It also is a healthier way, slow cooking your food. It is proven to produce less carcinogens in the food. So if you don't believe me, look it up. Slow cookers are better. So what I do, get whatever you're going to cook your said chicken in. Put 4 delicious breasts. This. Open that bitch. Stick up. It's raw chicken, so you know, don't be a nasty motherfucker and no, wash your hands. I cook everything with olive oil or coconut oil. They're both cold pressed oils. They're healthier for you and don't have a lot of bad omega fats in them and fatty acids that are bad for you. There's many more cold pressed oils. I don't know all of them, but I know olive oil and coconut oil are the most common, and they're just honestly the cheapest for me to buy. You only need a little bit. You're not trying to fry the chicken. We're baking it. Now also, I put a cap full of apple cider vinegar in there, which tenderizes the meat a little bit in the cooking processes and kills some bacteria. Now, I don't particularly salt my food, but if you do want to salt your food, the best type of salt to use is Himalayan pink salt or any type of rock salt. Iodized salt is not necessarily the healthiest for you. Seasonings I'm going to be using today though, I'm going to use some parsley, some rosemary, garlic, some red pepper, oh motherfucker, some garlic powder. And that's us today. I think that's just all we're going to use. Fucking idiot. So, depending on how spicy you like your food, is how much red pepper you should put on there. Because it is hot. Garlic powder just for a little flavoring, because bland chicken isn't too tasty. Rosemary, garlic. As well as some parsley for a little bit of color. Back bake for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to cook her 38 minutes. Through experimentation and exact science, I have figured out that that's the perfect timing for chicken.